proudly honouring its region's heritage. You're watching World Stadium Profiles, and this is Sunderland's Stadium of Light. This large ground in northeast England sits within Monkwearmouth, a region north of Sunderland city centre and very close to the north bank of the River Wear. The stadium's name came at the time of opening, chosen by then-chairman Bob Murray to reflect the region's coal mining heritage and the specific location of the site, on what was formerly Monkwearmouth Colliery, last used in 1993. Construction of the Stadium of Light came out of accepted necessity. Sunderland's former ground had been Roker Park, a historic stadium northeast of the current site, which opened back in 1898. Designed by famous football ground architect Archibald Leach, its pinnacle capacity was over 75,000, but was down at around 22,500 by the time of the 1990s. That same decade brought about the creation of the Taylor Report, requiring all stadiums in England's two highest divisions to become all-seater for safety measures. Sunderland's position as a top-flight promotion challenger attracted big crowds, and a full-seater Roker Park would have a capacity much too small to meet demands. The crowded surrounding area too made it practically impossible for expansion work in turn. It was Bob Murray's decision to search the local area for a new stadium site, initially targeting land near a Nissan car manufacturing plant for what would be described as the Wembley of the North, a stadium holding nearly 50,000 people. Objections from Nissan forced that plan to be scrapped though, attention instead turning to the disused Monkwearmouth Colliery, a site still relatively close to Roker Park and even closer to the city centre than before. Initial plans for a 34,000-seater would change in the mid-90s to an even bigger ground, work eventually beginning in May 1996 and taking just 14 months. A member of the royal family would open the then 42,000 capacity, newly named Stadium of Light on the 30th of July 1997, the same day Sunderland played a friendly against Dutch giants Ajax, which ended 0-0. It wasn't the smoothest transition for some fans in the earlier years. Many loyal supporters missed their fond memories of Roker Park, and there was some criticism of the stadium's name choice, an English translation of Benfica's own Estádio da Luz, making it apparently lose its unique touch. Bob Murray insisted though that Benfica's ground refers to its location and Sunderland's ground refers to its region's heritage. The present-day Stadium of Light came to be in 2000, expansion to the North Stand bringing its capacity up by several thousand. The stadium site notably includes a Davy lamp outside of its Northern Road entrance, a further reference to the region's coal mining history. The nearby building, Black Cat House, is a former ticket office which now houses the Sunderland club shop. The Stadium of Light itself has an exterior dominated by brickwork, corrugated iron and cantilever roof supports, in theme with plenty of builds from the 90s period. The stand outside is the giant main stand to the west, a more grander brick exterior with major entrances, hospitality and a main car park further out, which includes a memorial garden and walls formed from fragments of Roker Park's original lattice work. Outside of the stadium's southeast corner sits a statue of Bob Stokoe. Born in Northumberland in 1930, Stokoe was a former player who managed Sunderland over two spells, most notably between 1972 and 1976, where he led the Black Cats from the bottom of the second tier and up into the top flight, famously winning the FA Cup against Leeds United in 1973, despite being a second division outfit. The statue depicts Stokoe's iconic image of him running arms aloft in a Macintosh and Trilby hat, with many fans believing that rubbing the statue's foot before entering the stadium will give Sunderland good luck. The Stadium of Light's south stand is affectionately named the Roker End, much like the southern side of Sunderland's former home was. A very popular location for vocal home supporters, it's split into two levels and forms part of a continuous lower tier bowl around the stadium. There's rail seating in place up towards the back. The West Stand has been renamed to celebrate Jimmy Montgomery, a Sunderland-born goalkeeper who played a record 627 times for the Black Cats, a key part of that 1973 FA Cup winning team. It's the stadium's two-tiered main stand, the bottom section part of the lower bowl, with dugouts and tunnel down the front and changing rooms inside. Executive boxes split the lower tiers from the separate upper tier, known as the Premier Concourse. The North Stand is similar in design to the adjacent Jimmy Montgomery Stand, a lower tier bowl section with a separate tier positioned above. It's the seats up here that form the designated away section on Sunderland match days, with a lot of staircases to climb for visiting supporters both before and after games. They have at least put some quotes on the staircase walls to keep you focused. The East Stand is similar to the Roker end, a single tier split into two sections which completes the inner bowl, exclusively home to Sunderland supporters. Seats right at the very back of the lower tier bowl can have views restricted slightly by occasional supporting pillars with a more metallic floor rather than the concrete base further down. The Stadium of Lights experience isn't just restricted to domestic football. England's men first played here on the 10th of October 1999, a 2-1 friendly win over Belgium with a little under 41,000 present. Fixtures since have largely been youth competitions or the occasional qualifier, with the England women first playing here on the 27th of November 2021, a 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup qualifier where they beat Austria 1-0. Maximum capacity at the time of writing sits at 49,000. Have you had the chance to experience the Stadium of Light before? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the Matchday Man for more stadium profiles like this one. I'll see you then.